Across every wave of Galaxy version Blokees, there is a chase variant, a special, different version of one character in each wave. In Wave 1, it was Optimus. Wave 2, Grimlock, with the helmet he used to give power to Computron. In Wave 3, Soundwave, including Laserbeak. And in Wave 4, Shockwave. And I would argue, not only is he the best variant, he is one of the best figures in the entire Blokees range. This deco for Shockwave involves translucent pink pieces and metallic purple. The identity of this is supposed to be more adjacent to both Marvel Comics and a toy version, whereas the usual Shockwave is based on his cartoon design. But what that leaves you with is an absolutely gorgeous Shockwave that stills the eye every time you look at the shelf. Though I do not own the usual version of Shockwave, you can see the differences. The gun barrel is opaque, there is a less translucent plastic in the chest window, and the figure in general has less paint decos. Shockwave is so much prettier shiny, though the usual Shockwave is also an incredible figure. Though Shockwave uses the normal generic build for most of his body, you can see the addition of the backpack, the gun hose, and a totally unique head design in order to perfectly capture Shockwave as he should appear. The entire body is absolutely gorgeous, covered in a wonderful metallic purple. However, you can see they also added a second shade of light purple, perhaps dark pink, to the pelvis, and even painted designs for his thighs. And that's all without going into the opaque Decepticon logo on the forearms, accurate to the cartoon and the comic, and a very welcome addition. A small design I enjoy even more is the detail of the shoulders, where you can see the pink crickling electricity as though he's just stepped out of a space bridge. Alongside that, you have another hit of pink just above the shoulder, just so that there's a little bit more color on Shockwave. Shockwave is one of the best robot designs of all time, and seeing it so beautifully recreated in Blokees really is something special. Of course, Shockwave is also incredibly playable. You have a ball joint at the head, universal at the shoulder, universal here at the elbow, ball joint in the wrist, swivel at the waist, ball joint in the hip, universal at the knee, ball joint in the foot. There is also the ability to swivel the gun if you would like, though admittedly, it's supposed to stay this way so the gun hose can connect to it. Shockwave overall is still just as posable as any other Blokees, but he has a presence unlike so many of them. He's so powerful feeling that it almost feels more like you're messing with a deluxe than a core class sized figure. That's how much presence, how much personality this guy has. Keep this in mind as well. The Decepticons have proven to be so amazing in Blokees. Some of the most interesting builds and unique designs all come from the Decepticons. And yet, even amongst so many luminaries, such great model kits as Tarn, Soundwave, Scrapper, Starscream, Shockwave is still the best, at least in my humble opinion. Shockwave also comes with a unique hand, that being a flat, open palm used for saluting. This is because in More Than Meets the Eye Part 1, Shockwave salutes Megatron when he is ordered to stay behind on Cybertron. The line, "Cybertron shall remain as you leave it," is still one of the more iconic Shockwave quotes, so it is fun to see such a tiny accessory included with him. However, an even better accessory is the fact that he comes with himself in blaster mode. Now, he did have a pistol that was designed after himself. He used it in a handful of G1 episodes, but this is just as easily seen as just being Shockwave's alternate mode, and in either case, it's just as beautiful as Shockwave himself is. So to recap, Shockwave comes with the gun hose, his gun hand, himself in alternate mode, 2 gun holding hands, 2 splayed open hands, the saluting hand, and the display stand, and has unique builds for his backpack and his head. The normal Shockwave is one of the best Blokees figures, hands down, bar none. The variant Shockwave, again, in my opinion, is the best Blokees thus far created. Now, he's hard to come by, and I think that the normal Shockwave is so good on his own that you don't need to track this guy down. But if you're able to get him, He is one of the greatest experiences you will ever have with a Shockwave figure, especially at this size.